What's up, YouTube? It's Vic. I'm back with another flip. I got a 2006 Hyundai Elantra GLS wagon. Um, this one is rough. Picked this up yesterday for 300 bucks. Lady was asking. What was she asking? She was asking $900, and I went in to test drive it, and it cut off on me. And while she was in the car with me, and she was just explaining that sometimes it cut off or whatever, and the car actually cut off on me. So I came back. She couldn't find a title at the time. She had listed it maybe like 2 hours before we went on and actually found it. But she couldn't find a title at the time, so I told her to go on and find a title. I knew that whatever it was a simple problem, because when it did cut out, it cut right back on and drove perfectly fine. So I knew it was something, and I knew it was something that was the check engine light was gonna expose. So that's one thing you always want to do, is check your have your computer on handy so that you can check the check engine light. But come to find out, it was the MAF sensor. The MAF sensor was reading bad, but it wasn't even the MAF sensor. It was the actual fuel filter, not the fuel filter. It was actually the air breather, the air filter. And it was real bad yesterday when I came back, and I changed that out, and I haven't done it since. The actual MAF sensor cost $94. I had bought it, but I took it back once I realized that, because I turned the check engine light off and it stayed off. I drove it for a while and it stayed off. So I ended up talking it down after I came back. I had talked it down to 500, and then after like looking at a few things with the car, I got her back down to 300, because I was gonna back out of it because it was just too much. It was too messy. I wasn't really sure at the time. what the issue was that was causing it to cut off, but she really wanted to sell it real bad. So I mean, she asked me what I would give her for it to make me walk away with it, and I told her $300, and she accepted it. So I mean, try to get most of my deals at between $300 to $500 to eliminate the amount of loss that I could take, because if one of these cars is a lemon, or turns out to be a lemon, you want to be able to flip it over to a scrap guy. You want to be able to flip your car over to a scrap guy and eliminate your losses. Sometimes you might take $100 or $200 loss, but that's just a part of the game, you know. But what I'm left with right now, she said the AC didn't work, so I came back, I checked the AC. The actual compressor is cutting on, but the blower isn't blowing. So I checked the fuses for the blower, and the fuses and relay is good, but I believe the actual blower is bad. I'm gonna test that here a little bit. And I got a lot of little things. Once I figure that AC out, it'll run perfect with AC. I'm not gonna be able to fix that little dent. It's like they ran into something, I don't know. It's like they ran into, all of this stuff right here is messed up. It's messed up right here by this fender, and then right here where the hood is. I don't know how this happened, but it kind of does affect the way the hood opens and closes. That's pushed in a little bit. So I mean, I'm pretty sure, I asked them if they hit something and they said no. So I mean, I don't know how they didn't hit anything. I'm gonna clean it up. I think it'll clean up pretty nice. On the outside. The inside is real rough. I'm probably gonna have to get some seat covers for the front seats. I'm gonna try to find gray. The last time I had to buy some seat covers, I couldn't find gray. So I'm gonna go to some different places and try to see if I can get some gray. It's a ton of hair. It's hot. This car is disgusting. Cigarettes, like it's cigarettes all. I don't know if you can see that, but it's cigarettes like stuffed in different places. Car got like 300,000 miles on it, but there's no check engine light. These things run forever, man. Anybody that know Hyundai or Hondas or any of those things, they know that these cars run forever. So I'm just gonna clean it up. I got to get some. Springs for the door latch. It doesn't go up by itself, so I'm gonna buy a set of springs. I don't know if I'm gonna get them from a junkyard or not. I don't even know if they have this car at LKQ or not. I'm gonna clean up the headlights, do a video on those. If I have to change the blower motor, I'm gonna do a video on that also. So in a minute here, I'm fixing to go over to the junkyard. In a minute, I'm fixing to go to the junkyard and start grabbing the parts. I'm fixing to go and make me a checklist of everything that I do gotta grab from the junkyard and from the part store. And then I'm gonna be headed out and take y'all with me because I'm vlogging today. And this right here is still here, Nissan Flip. I did a video on this the other day. This is a car that I'm starting to figure Nissans and Hondas don't. Hondas sell well in my area if they're newer. Nissans also, if they're newer, I'm talking like 2008 or better. But anything before that are not good. Don't listen to people when they say do not sell these cars, because all cars sell somewhere. Like sometimes you got to look at what sells in your area in order to succeed and do well. You have to realize that in some areas certain cars sell a certain way, and I'm figuring in my area it's stuff like Buicks and Chevys and Fords, basically American made cars where parts are easy to find, used parts are easy to find, cheaper to fix cars right now. And maybe it's the economic climate or whatever, I don't know. But this car ain't been selling. I've had this car over a week, and this car runs no check engine lights, cold AC. There's nothing wrong with it, and it's still just sitting here. I haven't even had a lot of attention on it. So I mean, it also means that the price is high on it because there's no demand for it. So I got it up for like $1,000 right now. I had it at like 14. It's rated to be like worth $1,600, like, but that's in perfect condition, and it's not in perfect condition at all. So, but I don't know. I'm fixing to go get this stuff for this car, get this stuff on the road, and take you along with me. Man, it's hot out here. It's supposed to be fall time. It's like summertime, but all right, I went to the junkyard already. I couldn't take my camera out there because it was just too hot. I had a wheelbarrow full of tools and I just couldn't carry my camera. Where I'm at now is I fixed the AC. The AC, like I said before, was coming on. It was the compressor was cutting on and everything, but the problem, because they said that they told me the AC didn't work, and I cut it on yesterday and the compressor and everything was coming on, but nothing was blowing out of the vents. So I checked. I went and got one of these, another motor. I thought it could have either been this or there's a fan blower control module under the dashboard. Also, if that wasn't, this was the cheaper option to try first, so I just went and got one of these from the junkyard for like $23, and I switched it out and it blows fine now. The car starts up. Right now, I'm fixing to go in a minute to go clean this car, to go clean it all up. I did have to fog it because it was some animals in there, like roaches and stuff. But the only thing left that I think I am gonna have to do, I couldn't find that doorknob over there. I couldn't find this doorknob. So, I mean, I found the actual knob, but I gotta find, it's a little plate. It's a little plate that the doorknob has, the doorknob and the lock button has to connect to. Like this little plate right here, it holds these two in place. I got the back cover piece, but I gotta find out about this little plate that holds the knob in place. And then once I find that, because all of the ones I found at the junkyard were they're having that same, they all had that same issue. It is the same as the back one, but I want to try to get them all in place instead of taking one. And I do gotta still get the things to hold the latch up, and pretty much that's all I'm gonna do on this car. I want to get everything in working condition to where everything pretty much works. And then all I have left to worry about, people trying to talk me down on the price on, the only thing I'll have left to do is the only thing I have to worry about is the outside of it. I won't have to worry about selling anything because worry about nobody talking me down on the price because the AC don't work or because it has some type of mechanical problem. I'd rather have all of those issues dealt with. But one thing I did find out with doing these like this is that sometimes you gotta talk. Sometimes you gotta go after the ones that might have a little something wrong with it. A lot of people get rid of their cars simply because they just don't know what's wrong with it. They tired of it. This girl had this car. She drove it daily until her granddad died, and she got his old car. And then this one they just didn't drive anymore. It just sat in their yard, and they didn't really know what was wrong with it because it did have a little like hesitation. But they weren't selling it because it was something wrong with it, because it barely did. Let them tell it barely did that. But I'm gonna take you with me here shortly, waiting on Wendy to get back, my girlfriend, so we can go to the car wash and get this thing cleaned up. Probably get some pictures. Hopefully we can get it done by the end of the day, get it listed, get it posted, and get it out. So here we go. Okay, I just left out of the Hyundai dealership. I couldn't bring my camera in there. I barely could even go in there because it was pretty much like it's quarantine, and they're very serious about it in there. So I had to order it from outside of the door. They had to come to the door. I already called and they already had it set aside, but I had to like pay through the door, and they brought my change back and all that stuff. But this is the door handle. So right now what I'm gonna do is I gotta go to the parts store and purchase I'm probably gonna get the MAF sensor. I gotta get that springs for that hatch, and then I'm gonna go home, put that stuff on, and then we're gonna get the car detailed hopefully for the end of the day. If this stuff keeps dragging out and I can't get that done, I'm probably gonna detail it tomorrow and make maybe a part 2 to this video. I don't know, but what I do know is I'm about to hit the road. All right, that's it for the day. This Hyundai was a headache. It was so dirty, but it was finally clean. We got the rims and tires clean. We got the outside clean. We got the headlights. Oh, what did I do? I think I messed them up. Hey, let me get that clear coat. All right, we got the headlights done. We got the rims cleaned up. Inside was very, very dirty. And we did end up bringing it back. It was so much dog hair caked in the rust. It literally took like $15 to clean this, just to vacuum it out. We had to put a lot of money and elbow grease into getting all of that dog hair out, but it came out pretty good. Came out pretty clean. So this flip is a done data. This here flip is over. I'm about to take this and take some pictures of it. Probably list it for like $1,800. We got the AC fixed, but I got the hood. I got the trunk support coming already ordered. They're coming, be here in the morning. The AC got fixed. The MAF sensor, the filter. This car is ready to go out, man. We're gonna keep you posted on what happens. A lot of the stuff we couldn't get. Oh, we got the door handle. We got the door handle fixed. We got rid of the bugs. Sunroof clean. All right, so we fixing to go take this thing and get it finished up, man, and out of here. Please don't forget, subscribe to the video, like the video, comment, and until next time, peace.